Happy Sunday, my nieces and nephews. Welcome back to the show. I'm your neighborhood fun uncle, Richard Kilpatrick, and you out there are my nieces and nephews in the cryptocurrency space. And today's theme is the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that plagues every single investor in the space. And that's why your neighborhood fun uncle is here to remind you that this is all manufactured FUD from the shape-shifting lizard elites, and you have nothing to worry about. And if that sounds good to you, then stay tuned for the rest of this episode. Now, like always, I like to start looking at the general cryptocurrency markets from my favorite website, Crypto Bubbles. It animates how everything is doing with the market caps removed. You get to see where the big players are in the space. Hedera Hashgraph, one of my favorites. QNT is another one growing on my list. I love talking about QNT. And Shiba Coin, which has had a crazy rally over the last couple of days, mostly because of its listing on Coinbase Pro. And I've got a theory about the dog coins, about Dogecoin and Shiba, that I'm trying to get some points, some hysterical data put together to try to confirm my hypothesis here. But I believe that whenever Shiba and whenever Dogecoin start to pump, especially when the broader market is in the red, that's a sign that things are about to take a turn for the worse. I have a feeling that whenever these coins start to pump, they're the last ones to receive the money. And by that I mean that all of our, institutional and maybe more educated investors who would put their money into some of these larger cap coins with more promise, like, Ethereum, Bitcoin, QNT, HBAR. While these coins are in the red, that means that our, investors are pulling out while our newbies are starting to buy in. And I think that's a sign that the tides are about to shift. I also like to pull up our fear and greed. We're sitting around 53 right now, so it's just one of those, it could go either way. It's hard to tell you a direction. It's shifting up, so that means maybe we might see a dump in the coming week on Monday, Tuesday. But it's really hard to say when things are neutral. I also like to look at a little real-time data over here on Bybit, where we get to see the statistics of longs and shorts. And it looks like, just from a here and now perspective, everyone's relatively bullish on Ethereum, and let's check this, and extraordinarily bullish on Bitcoin. So in the short term, it looks like maybe throughout the rest of Sunday, we will see some price action upwards with the two of these coins. But the fear and greed is neutral. It's unsure which direction we're going. When I pair that and triangulate that information with the long and shorts data, that leads me to believe that throughout tonight, maybe even into Monday morning, we could see some continued rally pushing this up to higher greed territory. But a new source I am introducing to Fun Uncle this week is Nomix. I just discovered this source over the week, and this uses machine learning data to aggregate all of the sources, all of the API sources out there, uses machine learning to put together price predictions. And if you look right here, you'll see a 7-day price prediction right here. I love this tab. This is helping me kind of make a lot of decisions on my trading. Now, I know I'm not using this as a primary source, but I'm using this to push my decisions over the edge. Whenever I have a tiebreaker, whenever I could go either way on a coin, I like to turn to this source to be like, okay, let's triangulate what I'm thinking. And so I'm thinking that the coin might drop generally, but they're telling me no, we have almost a 10% upside potential with this coin. And if you scroll over here, it's got a mean error data of almost 8%. So that's telling me, okay, all right, so I might be wrong in my feelings that this coin might be going down. And if I pair this data with my real-time long and shorts data over here on Bybit, that would confirm the idea that we might be moving up later in this week. And so I love using this source here to help me decide where things are going. And if we click on the price prediction, it'll tell us who the winners are. So according to this chart, Avalanche, AVX, is our #1 pick for this week, and it says it's going to go up to $102. Oh my God, with a mean error of 22%. This is huge. This is huge, and I want you all to do your own research, do your own due diligence. If you're ever unsure, use this as a tiebreaker. It's nomix.com, Nomix.com. Check it out. And it's got some of the usual suspects here. It's got Cosmos, Hedera Hashgraph, Shiba Inu. Look at that. It could go almost up to point. Look at that. 22% potential rally here. So this is just great. This is a great source to triangulate with other sources, and it's another one I'm adding to my list as a huge helpful, pushing me over, helping me decide the tiebreakers, and I highly recommend you check this out. And moving forward, I'm actually doing my due diligence on this by putting together an Excel spreadsheet. And I want to make sure this is as open as possible with you guys so we can kind of figure this out together if I'm missing any data points here. But what I've done is over the last week, I've tallied what it thought was going to happen. So a week ago, it said today we would have a Bitcoin price of 41,000. Completely wrong. Completely wrong there. It's way above that. It's about 47 right now. It said that Ethereum would go to 2,800. Completely wrong. We're at 3,300 right now. But it did crush a couple expectations here. With Hex, it said that the price of Hex today would be 40 cents. We are currently sitting at 47 cents. So not only did it pick this, it also blew it out of the water. And so it was right here. With Solana, it said it was going to be $222. It was wrong there. We're actually sitting around 160. However, what this algorithm didn't realize was that the Solana NFT network was down this day. It actually had a lot of bad news come out as the NFT came to a screeching halt, and it had to readjust its prediction down significantly to 173. And so where we're sitting currently, it might actually nail tomorrow's price prediction. So I can't make a decision either way on its predictions yet. It's got some winners, it's got some losers, but I think that's what we should expect from a source like this. AVAX was another one it absolutely crushed. AVAX is sitting closer to 70 cents, so it crushed that price prediction and then some. And look, it even says it's going to keep going into the hundreds, could be $102 by the end of this week. So I'm doing my due diligence. I'm going to keep including this source in my videos with you guys, and then I'm going to keep building on this. Let's keep building this list out and see what it's nailing, what it's getting right, and what of this data will help us decide that. And I think what it is this mean error here. Is whenever this mean error is pretty high, that means we should expect us to not necessarily hit this. We might get close, but whenever the error is this high, let's not bet the farm on it. I want to look for coins that have a lower mean error. And let's see here, this one's got, oh, okay, 10%. That's the lowest one I've seen yet. So we could, using this data here, bet that of all these coins, Hedera Hashgraph will be the closest at hitting this price prediction based on the error percentage right here. But again, an awesome source I love to use in my cryptocurrency musings. I would encourage you to check it out as well. Don't take my word for it. I want you to look at this source and triangulate the data with other data you're seeing in the broader space. Help you become a better investor. Help you make better choices moving forward. Now I've got some news I want to talk about here. Looks like the New York Post is talking about the still young crypto industry could grow stronger if the SEC allows it to thrive. Now, this is actually pointing it out in a big way for me that, like, yeah, we should be higher right now. Yeah, we shouldn't have so much FUD in the market, and it's all due to the SEC and its lawsuits against Ripple. It's got another lawsuit it's filing against Coinbase. And so all of this negative FUD coming from the government, from the banks, from the SEC, they're trying to force the price down on Bitcoin. And what that tells me, your fun uncle, is that things are about to go up. That means the SEC, the banks, the government, they're scared of the potential of cryptocurrencies, the broader cryptocurrency markets, and they are doing everything in their power to drive the price down. And so when people are fearful, you should be greedy. So this is more FUD, this is more fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is plaguing the cryptocurrency markets, my theme for the episode. And I want to remind everybody that when FUD comes out, it's manufactured. Especially when you start to see it from major news sources like this, that, is the SEC going to keep crushing it out? Well, no, because it's still young, it's still early. You've got a lot of people, just like myself, who are hodling, who are daily cost averaging, who are buying the dip, and who are going out of their way to encourage their viewers, my nieces and nephews out there in the audience, to not be afraid, to keep buying the dip. We're going to the moon, and I see a price prediction of maybe $75,000 to $80,000 by the end of this year. Huge upside potential on the broader cryptocurrency markets. I've got nothing but good news here. Look, up almost 7,000%. Yeah, hell yeah, you should buy. What 7,000? That's it? That's it, man. This is going to 1,000,000%. Screw it. I don't care. 1 in 10 every Irish, 1 in every 10 Irish investors hold cryptocurrency. Great bullish news. So we could just take this to the broader, to the world, and that says, okay, 10% of people hold cryptocurrencies. It might even be closer to 20-25% of people hold cryptocurrencies. And that tells me that we have a lot more population to penetrate. And it's easier to get to people than most things. We want to talk about how not the whole world doesn't have water yet, right? We were trying to get water out into the most remote parts of the world so that we can actually get 100% of the world with water. However, clean water is really hard to distribute. However, Bitcoin is not as difficult to distribute. One person with a cell phone in a remote village in Africa could bring cryptocurrency to everyone in their radius very, very easily. I cannot say the same thing about water or food or medicine, but I can say that about Bitcoin. And I think that it will help these tribes make their own banks. It will help them grow independence from some of the world leaders. That way, they're not having to bend to the demands of China and America all the time. They can start to set themselves apart. And I'm seeing that happen with El Salvador, Colombia. A lot of South African countries are starting to use cryptocurrency as their legal tender, and that is going to be the progressive move forward to help them break free from the world banks, and so they can start doing their own thing and growing their own industries. And I think that this number here, the 1 in 10, will keep growing, and that will have a exponential logarithmic growth to the cryptocurrency markets. If we can get to 2 in every 10 Irish people, that means we're going to hit $4 trillion market cap, because everyone who buys some keeps buying some. Every new paycheck gets a little bit of daily cost average monthly into the markets, and that's where we see the steady growth from, is all of these diehard hodlers, just like myself, just like you, everyone else there. You're not buying the FUD. Sure, it's scary. It's human to be afraid when you have all of these big institutions trying to scare you, but I'm not paid by any banks, all right? I'm just doing this out of the kindness of my own heart to remind everybody. I've been there. I've seen all the baddies. I've seen everything turn south. In 2017, we saw those drops that just kept dropping. But when things kept dropping like that, we didn't have so much good news. We have institutional buyers, Michael Saylor, ARK Investments, Grayscale. They keep buying coins, and people keep buying into those investment groups as well. And that shows me that we've only just begun. Especially when only 1 in 10 people have it. Maybe only 25% of people have it in the whole world. I think that's huge. And I think that we have nowhere but up from here. That's all I've got for today's episode this week. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you like the content, please destroy the like button. Let me know what you think of the content in the comments down below. And if you're not already a member of Lad City, go to your browser, type in ladz.city into your browser, and it'll take you to the goodness, the sweet cherry chocolate that's out there. You got the YouTube, you got the Twitter, most importantly, the Discord that is slammed packed with a whole bunch of like-minded cryptocurrency enthusiasts just like yourself. Join us today. You're not going to regret it. I'm Richard Kilpatrick, your neighborhood fun uncle. You, my nieces and nephews, stay tuned for more delicious content later on this week.